Padres complete the sweep. And with 3 wins against San Francisco, the Padres, led by Alexi Amarista, are 6-1 on the current homestand. The little ninja has sparkled at bat and in the field. He has been outstanding the second half of the season, subbing for Everett Cabrera's. We welcome you to Petco Park, first of a 3-game series that will wrap up the home season. The Colorado Rockies against the San Diego Padres. And good evening, everyone. With Mark Grant, Dick Henberg, the Rockies are in the midst of their best winning string of the season, 6 in a row. The Padres have won 6 of the last 7, so it gives.
Absolutely. And, the Giants are in the fight, and the Rockies in last place, so they're still playing for something, though. Doesn't matter, last place, first base, wild card, whatever. The Padres need to keep playing consistent baseball in every aspect. In pitching, defense, timely hitting. 6-1 record. Even though the Phillies out of the race, they played some good fundamental baseball. With a little help of defense that Andrew Casher loves from Alexi Amarista, some great pitching from Casher, Ian Kennedy, hugs all the way around, and the offense. Talk about timely hitting. The one thing that I've noticed about this Padre offense, remember earlier in the year, they would foul off mistakes, swing through them. That's not happening right now. They got to keep their momentum going the last 3 games of the season,
especially here at home. They're 22-7 since the All-Star break. That's the best of any major league team. They'll have to beat a fellow that grew up just north of San Diego County, Tyler Matzik, a young left-hander.
Well, we saw this kid in Colorado. He threw a complete game shutout, and this guy's got some good stuff. But there's more than just his stuff that he has, this left-hander. The last 5 starts, 4-1 record. ERA is just magnificent at 1.5. The opponent's only hitting .230. But what does Tyler Matzik possess? He has got heart. He has got guts. And when he misses, especially in Colorado with that breaking ball, he misses down. This kid really knows how to pitch. And when you look at his body language on the field, kid's been pitching in the big leagues for 10 years. He doesn't look like a rookie by any means. So the Colorado Rockies have got themselves a real good one, this young left-hander.
Well, a pitcher at Coors Field throws a shutout about every lunar eclipse. And he was able to 3-hit shutout the Padres in Coors Field, but this is a different night, a different ballpark. Cameron Maben, the best week of the entire season for the Padres center fielder. He's with Chris Button when we come back.
What a weekend for Cameron Maybin, the outfielder, 6 for 16, but with 5 RBIs, one of his best weekends of the season. I talked about what's gotten into him recently. Maybe we'll see that this homestand, and that your teammate doesn't give credit to himself, but the rest of the guys in the clubhouse.
Some changing faces has brought some new energy to the clubhouse and to the team, and we're having fun playing together. And when you play good at home, the fans come out, they root you on, and you give them a good show. So I think that's been pretty important to us to give them what they deserve, and that's a good show and good effort every night we go out.
And that's your Geico quote of the game. Speaking of putting on a good show, let's do it again tonight against the Rockies as they try and continue their win streak. Also try and notch their 47th win at home. It would tie a record here at Petco. We got first pitch coming up on Fox Sports San Diego.
Little Ninja. Ball game. Yeah, the Padres red hot at home since the All-Star break, best in the major leagues. And they've won 6 of the last 7. Entertain the Colorado Rockies tonight. The Rockies, remember, swept the Padres at Coors Field earlier this month. Perhaps time for San Diego to return the favor. Padres have taken the field. And here's the Colorado Rockies lineup tonight. And this is a lineup that leads the major leagues in batting average. Charlie Blackmon, Josh Rutledge, then Justin Morneau going for the batting title at first base. Michael Kadire, who won the NL batting championship last year, hits cleanup. Corey Dickerson's had a sensational year. He leads in home runs with 24. Michael McHenry behind the plate. He's the backup catcher, and he's hitting .316. Rafael Noah for Arenado at third base. He's only hitting .409. And DJ LeMahieu 8th, and Tyler Matzek on the mound.
And the scouting report for left-hander Eric Stoltz is brought to you by Jaguar of San Diego. It's time to get Eric Stoltz a win against these Rockies. This year 0-2, an ERA just under 4. Throw all pitches for strikes. We know he's got the good off-speed stuff. Stay out of the heart of the plate and limit the extra base hits. He's going to give up some hits. Hopefully a single here, a single there for Eric Stoltz.
And hopefully the Padres will get him some runs on which to lean. Here's the Padre defense brought to you by the Aramco Group. Medica starts in left tonight with Maybin in center and the rookie Liriano in right. The infield of Solarte, Amarista, Jerko, and Grandal. Rivera behind the plate for Eric Stoltz. Stoltz trying to avoid a defeat that would give him 18 losses this year. That's most in the National League. But remember, 16 of his starts, the Padres have scored either 1 run or no runs. Maybe tonight's the night for some offense in support of the left-hander from Indiana, and we are underway. First pitch in for a strike to Charlie Blackmon. Blackmon, an all-star, leads the team in runs and hits. His average down to 286. It was in the 400s the first month of the year. Fouled and 0-2. Rockies, Walt Weiss have the worst record on the road in the National League. Padres are second, poorest winning record. Amazing. They've won 20 and lost 55 on the road. Colorado. Fly ball to center. Maben comes in a couple of steps. Grabs the first out. Take a look at the keys to the game, brought to you by your Honda dealers of San Diego County.
Oh, my favorite night of the evening. Rattle Matzik early. We talked about the 9-inning complete game shutout up in Colorado. Well, rattle him early and see what you can do, because the Padres are doing well on this 6-1 road trip as far as timely hitting, and set the table for the middle of the order for San Diego. Take a look at last night's game with the Giants. There's been a few games there where they're really doing some damage if they get those one or two hitters aboard.
With that first run, if they score first, they're 50 and 19. Here's Josh Rutledge. He's hitting 270. LeMahieu, his partner, the double play combination for Colorado, 267, and that's about as low as you'll see any Colorado batting average. That's pretty good. 270, in fact, better than any Padre in the starting lineup tonight. Check that. Solarte, 271. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He got it. Strikeout number 1 for Stoltz. Working quickly, Eric Stoltz.
One of the keys, not tonight, but with Morneau coming up, swinging a hot bat. This guy's a tough out, Dick.
Oh, is he ever? And he's currently in a tie with Josh Harrison for the National League lead. Harrison went 1 for 4 tonight with the Pirates, and that kept him at 318. He had a few thousandths of a percentage point ahead of Morneau, both at 318. 0-1. Slap foul down the left field side. Rockies, by sweeping Arizona, a 4-game sweep, and beating the Dodgers the 2 games before that for 6 in a row, their best of the year, move out of last place in the NL West. They're now 3 games in front of Arizona. The ex-Minnesota Twin, Justin Morneau. Line drive at Amarista. Boy, even his outs are hard. That was the case the last time we saw him. A 1-2-3 first for Eric Stoltz. Here is the San Diego lineup, brought to you by Toyota. Jan Solarte will lead it off. Cameron Maben moves to the number 2 spot in the order. Jed Jerko hits third. Rene Rivera in the cleanup spot. Yasmani Grandal at first base bats 5th. Tommy Benica hitting 6th. Reimer Liriano, another rookie in right field, bats 7th. Then Alexi Amarista, who's just been sensational of late, both in the field and with the bat. And Eric Stoltz on the mound.
Yeah, for Tyler Matzek, 23-year-old left-hander. We saw him up in Colorado. He can get that 95-mile-an-hour fastball. He lives around 92, maybe 93. Slider, changeup, curveball, and this guy is a competitor. He is very aggressive in the zone, will attack hitters.
His first pitch to Solarte is out of the strike zone, ball 1. Three strikeouts, 23 walks for Solarte. A slow roller up the middle, long range by Rutledge to throw him out. Rutledge was over near the hole, so he had to cover a lot of territory to get to the ball by second base. Rockies defense aligns this way. Dickerson in left, Kadire in right with Blackman patrolling center. Ynoa at third, Morneau at first, and up the middle Rutledge and LeMahieu. McHenry behind the plate for Matzek. Matzek, 23 years of age, was the number 1 draft choice of the Rockies 5 years ago out of Capistrano High School in Mission Viejo. Maben takes ball 1. He shut out the Padres on September 5th at Coors Field. 9 innings, 3 hits. He walked only 1 and struck out 6. Ground ball sharply into the hole, backhanded by Rutledge. The long throw just in time. Rutledge making a couple of good plays at shortstop to open the game. Check the umpires tonight. Bob Davidson calling the balls and strikes. Trip Gibson, Jordan Baker, and crew chief Jerry Meals on the bases. Jed Jerko, shown that he can hit against Matzek. 6 at bats. He's collected 3 hits, including a double. Trying to snap out of a modest 0 for 10 string here on this homestand. Two and 0.
That's another thing about Matzek. He's not afraid to throw inside to the right-handed hitters. Go soft away. See what he does here. Hitters count 2-0. He tries to be too fine, or if he pounds that strike zone.
Foul back. 2-1. Rene Rivera on deck. Jerko with 10 homers leads the team with 51 runs batted in. He was very sharp with his command control up at Coors Field. Walked only 1 man. And a walk to Jerko here in the first inning. Padres have their first base runner. Matzek having to work from the stretch early. As Rene Rivera, the catcher, steps in. Only 274 at bats. That's about half a season. So if you double his numbers, 20 home runs, 80 RBIs. I mean, he's really had an outstanding year. Outside, ball 1.
Well, according to my book, I'm looking back at Tyler Matzek's start in Colorado. He only had to go to the stretch 5 times in that game. Once in the 3rd, once in the 5th, a couple times in the 6th, and once in the 9th when he runners on. Talk about a guy who was locked in, huh?
And he falls behind 2-0 here, Mark, and catcher McHenry going to go out and talk with him, try to settle him down.
So, you know, Matzek seems like one of those pitchers where you know, he's young. He's 23 years old. He works quickly. Sometimes the mechanics can get out of whack a little bit. Not saying that's exactly the case there, but you can see where he might get out of his rhythm just a little bit too quick.
Rivera 4 for the last 8. Couple of doubles. And a foul at the plate.
Oh, 2-0 breaking ball from Matzik. That tells you something.
Good size, 6'3", 210 pounds. He was the 11th player overall selected back in the 2009 draft, so he was highly regarded, living up to those expectations. Check swing, ball in the dirt. 3-1.
Well, he's shown early on, throwing the breaking ball early in the count. Might be one of those pitches where later on they just eliminate, right? If you can't throw it for a called strike.
See what Rivera gets here. 3-1. That ball drilled to right center field. It's up the alley, and running all the way is Jerko. Jerko heads for third. Rivera to second, and here comes Jerko home. The relay, the throw, not in time, and the Padres lead 1-0. Rivera comes through again.
Oh, and a nice at bat by Rene Rivera. He's working a hitter's count. Now, Matzik was trying to throw the breaking ball behind in the count 2-1. He went to 3-1, and look at on contact. Even though that ball from the left-hander is right down the middle and at the belt buckle, Rene drives that ball to right center field. That had a pretty sound to it. It had a great result. And just like that earlier, the Padres put up a run.
And with 2 out, Jerko able to run at the crack of the bat and come all the way around from first base. So the 2-out walk pays off for the Padres. 1-0 lead. Rivera at second for Yasmani Grandal.
I'll tell you what, there was a nice article in the UT today about yesterday's game, and Rene Rivera was quoted as saying he feels best as he's ever felt. And that tells you something, because at bats, games behind the plate, with the way he's swinging the bat, my goodness, Dick.
He credits losing 25 pounds in the offseason to being sharper, quicker in every way. That's a strike. 1-2 to Grandal. Rene yesterday was 2 for 4. Drove in a run. The game before, the 3-2 win against the Giants on Saturday. A pair of doubles, knocked in 2. Foul tip. No, he goes after the ball in the dirt. Strike 3. First strikeout for Matzik, but with 2 outs, the walk to Jerko, and Rivera drives him home with a double to right center.
Padres lead at 1-0. And some news today about Tyson Ross. Buddy Black announced that he has been shut down for the rest of the year, has a strained forearm in his right arm. Nothing that Buddy Black said to really be overly concerned with. There just wasn't enough time for him to rehab and to be able to make another start this season. So they had kind of opened up that Wednesday game, the finale here against the Rockies, as a day that Tyson might pitch. But since he has been shut down for the remainder of the year, Joe Whelan will pitch on Wednesday instead, guys.
All right, Chris, and you could see Odrisamer or Despaigne next to Tyson Ross, and there's some question as to whether Despaigne will be able to have one more outing. Perhaps in San Francisco. A little muscle under the right armpit strained. So we'll get a chance to see Robbie Erlin and Joe Whelan, two players acquired in the same trade with Texas, with Mike Adams going to the Rangers. They're going to pitch back-to-back against the Rockies. Erlin tomorrow night and the right-hander Whelan on Wednesday.
And let's face it, dealing with Tyson Ross, that is just the smart thing to do. I mean, you don't want to push it, obviously. This kid has just put up great numbers this year, an all-star. You know, sure, it stinks that you have to get scratched from your last start, but he should be very proud of himself this year.
Absolutely. Kadire flies that one foul territory. That's going to sail into the crowd down the right field line. Batting champion last year was Michael Kadire. He hit .335. He's missed a lot of this year with injuries. Only 171 at bats, but he can hit. He's hitting .333. Doesn't qualify for the batting race. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, welcome. Have a good time. Come on, smile. It's all good.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Kadire, Corey Dickerson, and then Michael McHenry for the Rockies in the second. Strike 3 call. Floats that one over the outside corner. 2 strikeouts for Stoltz.
Boy, I'll bet you that there's not a lot of called third strikes when Michael Kadire is up at the plate. But I tell you what, judging from that angle there, Bob Davidson, the home plate umpire, sometimes that strike zone has a tendency to swell a little bit when Bob Davidson is back there. Eric Stoltz gets the call.
Corey Dickerson, the left fielder, with an outstanding season. Another breaking ball. That one misses away. .24 homers. That's best of the Rockies. 75 runs batted in for this young outfielder. And he rips that one into right field for a base hit. Liriano is playing over in right center. Hustles to get to it. And that strong throw into second base. First hit for the Rockies. A sharp single off the bat of Dickerson.
It's that big, slow curveball from Eric Stoltz that kind of hangs up there a little bit. I think the main objective for Eric Stoltz is to get it down and away. Look on contact. That's up, it's in, and that could spell danger. Fortunately for Eric, Dickerson kind of gets on top of that one and he keeps it to a single.
Brings up the catcher, McHenry, and he drives one to left field for a base hit. A clothesline single out to left fielder Medica. Back-to-back ropes off the bat of Dickerson and McHenry. McHenry hitting .316. No easy resting spots in this lineup of Colorado.
Well, back-to-back pitches, middle in. Other one was up and in, but McHenry does a good job of getting through the zone on that one. Once again, limiting to a single.
So 2 on, 1 out. Rafael Inoa. Nolan Arenado, bruised chest, diving for ground balls this last week, and they finally went into X-ray because the soreness wouldn't go away. And they found he had the early stages of pneumonia. And luckily they caught it early, and he's going to be all right. Probably won't see him in the series. Look at Inoa fills in 18 for 44. He's only had 44 at bats, but you put a Rocky uniform on the bat boy and he'll hit .350 at Coors Field. 2 strikes the count. He's a lifetime .265 hitter in the minors, 8 years in the minors, as you see Arenado. Rafael Noah, and here he is batting over .400. Limited duty in the big time. 27 from the Dominican Republic. The infield would like to get a double play ball here. 1-0 Padres, top of the second. It really is a wonderful matchup, the two teams. You have one of the best pitching staffs in all of baseball, the best in all of baseball here at Petco, against the top hitting team in baseball, and the Colorado Rockies. Little number in the air, and Arenado will get the force over at third.
Infield fly.
And the automatic out. First base umpire throws up his hand. Trip Gibson, with first and second, one out. That's the option of the umpire to call an infield fly.
You know, that's interesting because you know what? Usually it's when an infielder is camped underneath a ball like a fly ball.
Yes.
Solarte was not necessarily camped. He plays this one correctly.
Yeah,
he plays it on that's, you know what? I say bad call on the infield fly.
Because he didn't try to shortchange that. He was charging the ball. That's all he had left was the short hop.
That's right. You know what? I think that's a bad call.
Well, it's going to be first and second either way.
Right.
I mean, it really doesn't change the situation for the Rockies. They're going to have 2 outs with a man at first and a man at second, regardless of whether you're going to call Ynoa out on the sacrifice fly or get the force out over at third.
I think the argument is they could have had a double play. That's the argument Buddy wants.
Yeah.
Because Solarte could have went to second and then
gone to third and then
gone
second.
to third, then second, right? Because the runners had to hold up a little bit.
Yeah. You know, he had a reasonable argument on that play. So 2 outs. And DJ LeMahieu, the number 8 hitter, but you wouldn't know it the way he hits against the Padres. And Stoltz, he's hitting .429 against him. Lanky infielder from LSU. Strike on the inside corner, 1-1.
Strike zone looks big, east and west tonight. Off the corners.
Yeah, that'll please Eric Stoltz.
Yeah, absolutely. Go right back in there.
Foul back, and it's 1-2.
Did you see that pitch number 3? Almost directly on top of pitch number 2. Good pitching, good location by Eric Stoltz after getting the call going right back in there.
Trying to pitch out of a couple of singles here in the second inning. Now 2 out. Slow curveball hangs high.
Got to be careful with that slow curveball, especially into the right-handed hitter. Speed up his bat.
He's happy to get that ball back. Got him swinging on a changeup. Couple of strikeouts in the second for Stoltz. Pitching around, singles by Dickerson and McHenry. Tommy Medica, the left fielder, a rookie power hitter, leads it off. Bottom of the second. How about Andrew Kastner, named today as the National League Player of the Week? Not Pitcher of the Week, but the Player of the Week for 2 outstanding starts. He went 2-0, 17 innings, allowing only 2 earned runs, 14 strikeouts. He'll receive a nice sports watch as he is the NL Player of the Week. And consider the competition. Willeen Rosario, the catcher of the Rockies, all he did this week was 14 for 20, hit 700, and Kastner got the Player of the Week.
Oh, the right guy got the award. Congratulations
That's right.
to Andrew Kastner. He pitched his tail off.
And we'll see him one more time in San Francisco. Medica, one of 2 corner outfielders that are rookies in the starting lineup tonight. Liriano, who's to follow the other. 1-1. Medica, Liriano, and Amarista against Matzik. 1-0 Padres here in the second. High fly ball. Just missed that one toward the line and right. And Kadire there to capture it for the first down. Brings up Liriano. Liriano's home run was against the man he faces tonight, Tyler Matzik. And it was here, and he clobbered it into the Western Metal Supply Company balcony, actually right through the portal in the third deck. 2 for 6 against Matzik is Liriano, and he swings a similar fly ball to that one hit prior. Kadire now into foul territory, makes a nice running catch.
That was a long way.
So 2 gone quickly here in the second for the Padres.
It looked like Kadire was in the other gap there.
Alexi Amarista, 11 RBIs since September 13th. 3rd best in the National League. So he's come up with some money hits, including 2 home runs here on this homestand. RBI yesterday on sacrifice fly. But his work defensively has just been stunningly good. I mean, he has covered that left side of the diamond with spectacular play after sensational play.
You know what's a good thing? It's when he continues to make those great plays and we just go, all right, 6-3 next. Right? I mean, that's because he's doing it regularly, with regularity.
All the way to the screen. Going back to yesterday, and I don't think we highlighted it enough. There was no score in the game in the 5th inning. And the Giants had 2 men on with 2 out, and Vogelsong hit a ball up the middle. It looked as if for certain it would go to center field, and the Giants would score the first run of the game. Ground ball to short. And across with the put out Rutledge, but Amarista smothered it, kept the runner at third, and that really was the character of the win.
You know what? Yeah, it's tools of the trade.
There you go.
I'm just checking to see if people are watching at home. You know what? A pitcher's best friend is the double play, but also having darn good infielders going to the right and left to make defensive plays for you. Jed Jerko on the right, Alexi Amarista on the left. Spectacular job. The pitcher's hitting their spots, and they are making the plays behind them.
Yeah, those are the moments in baseball you don't find in the next morning's box score that are so crucial to victory. Matzik is 6'4", 36 as a hitter, and then the top of the order, Blackman and Rutledge. That looked as if it went right through the glove of Rivera.
I think that hit Bob Davidson right on the right knee.
Davidson looking down at Rivera said, "How are you not catching that ball?" 1-1. So tomorrow night, our TV time here on Fox Sports San Diego at 6:30, it'll be Robbie Erlin, 4-4 against the top pitcher on the Rockies staff, Jorge De La Rosa, 14-11. And then Johan Flande, without a win this year, another left-hander. So 3 straight southpaws to face the Padres in the series. And actually 5 of the 6 starting pitchers lefties. Erlin tomorrow night, Stoltz tonight, and Joe Whelan will pick up the start on Wednesday. Reminder, that's an hour earlier, fans. Wednesday night's game is at 6:10, not 7:10. So our TV time on Wednesday will be 5:30 instead of 6:30. All right.
Yeah.
Bring your glove, make a play. Hubba hubba. Ground ball to third, over the glove of Solarte. And making a quick move is Medica to hold that to a single. That took a nasty hop on Solarte. And Matzik has the third hit for the Rockies, a leadoff single.
Oh, lefty on lefty. I tell you what, Magic just gets that bat head out there. I don't know whether Solarte could have gotten in front of that ball. It really wasn't hit that sharply, I thought. Pretty hard, you think? All right. Just checking with the fan down below us. You think that was pretty hard? All right. Duly noted.
Charlie Blackmon fly to center his first time. Inside corner. Eric Young there coaching at first base, helping Matzik.
Could be a bad idea to hold for a little bit and then go over to first base. Short lead.
Ground ball to second. There's one. Got to hurry. He's fast. And it's a double play against the second toughest man to double up in the National League. That's only the 3rd time in almost 600 at-bats that Blackmon has hit into a double play.
Well, Eric Stoltz is going to give up some grounders that find the hole, but that one found at Jed Jerko's glove. A nice feed, and Amarista on the exchange. You got to gear it up, and they get him by a full step. Nice job.
3rd toughest man to double up in the entire league, and the Padres get 2. Josh Rutledge struck out the first time. Looks at strike 1. Ground ball toward the hole. Amarista on the run, throws and dug out by Grandal for the out. Good play at both ends. Good support defensively for Stoltz. Middle of the 3rd, 1-0 San Diego. Padres baseball brought to you by Petco, the power of together, and by your San Diego Lexus dealer. Beautiful night in our fine city. Shot of the USS Midway. And back to Petco Park we go. Bottom of the third. It'll be Eric Stoltz leading it off for the Padres with Solarte and Maben to follow. 1-0. Padres on a 2-out walk to Jerko and Rene Rivera's long double to right center in the first inning.
It's a great seat out there just beyond the jack deck.
First pitch misses, ball one. Now Stoltz has 4 hits this year, 43 at bats. Those are his career numbers. 1-1.
Professor, what do you think? Doing a game out there from the jack deck, what do you think?
That'd be fun. I think if we were out there, though, we ought to have all the accoutrements. We ought to be able to have the food and libation and all of that, don't you think?
Be a man of the people and rub shoulders with the Padre fans out there.
Our colleague in Philadelphia, he went out in right field this year and actually caught a home run ball, didn't he?
Tom caught a home run ball, yeah.
Swing and a miss, and that for Matzik is his second strikeout. Brings up Jan Solarte, grounded to short his first time.
Oh, there's the chow line right there, and then you find your chair and sit down and enjoy a big, how you doing? A big league ball game.
Okay, we got some hot dogs and hamburgers. Yeah. Strike one to Solarte. Ground ball into right field for a base hit. Second hit for the Padres. Solarte aboard. Has a better average hitting right-handed and shows you why.
Oh, he showed you the double of Rene Rivera earlier in the game, that first inning, and now this one here, Solarte doing a nice job. It's up, it's elevated, away, and just poking it through that hole on the right side.
354 hitting right-handed coming into the game. His 200 at bat as a Padre in the first inning. Here's Maben, hit the ball sharply to shortstop. Rutledge threw him out in the first inning. Matzik jumps in front. Last 5 games, 5 RBIs for Cameron. After logging only 10 for the entire season. High chopper to second. Holding up is Solarte, and that allows Maben to get to first base in time on the fielder's choice. Now 2 out to Jed Jerko. Maben with only 3 stolen bases, but this would be a time where he might try. Jerko walked in the first inning. Came around to score on Rivera's 2-out double. Fastball at 93. "13 games against the Rockies. He's had good success, Jerko. One and one. At right side, wide open. Second baseman LeMahieu shaded over toward the bag at second. Morneau holding on the runner, so look at that room right through there.
Yep. I smell a knock right through there, Professor.
See if Maben's running.
Have to be on that first move with the lefty Matzik out there. Only 14% thrown out by McHenry this year.
Low, 2-1.
In fact, that has not been a bright spot this year for the Rockies, throwing out runners. McHenry 14%. Pacheco, when he's behind there, 9%. Rosario 15%.
Compare that to Rivera, over 30%. He's thrown out 28 runners, more than any major league catcher.
And the league average anywhere from 30 to 33%.
2 balls and a strike. He has a good move, Matzik.
Not really the best move from Matzik.
He's got a better one than that. No? So he's gone over twice in a row. Pretty good lead by Maben.
That was a crushable pitch.
Mumbling to himself. That's the kind of pitch you're looking for, right into his power zone.
Every time you say I hear like a hitter mumbling to himself, I can't help but picture Danny DeVito in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, just sitting over there in the chair, just mumbling to himself. Hopefully.
Look where that one was.
Yeah. Oh,
that's a little high.
Yeah, up a little too much.
Two and two to Jerko. Padres with a 1-0 lead. 2 outs, Maben there at first base.
Looks like a fastball put down by McHenry. Breaking ball.
Inside. Slider.
Yeah.
Full count. That'll give Maben a running start here. Morneau is going to back up and play behind Maben, not hold him on. Foul ball.
A breaking ball, 3-2. This kid will throw any pitch anytime. He has already shown that tonight early on. Oh, that's great. Look at, they all brought their glove tonight, both of them.
And they're in a seat where you better have your glove.
Yeah.
Huh? Wind it up again. Maben with his lead. Off he'll go. 3-2. Line drive, left field, base hit. Maben going to stop and head back to second base, as throwing behind him was Dickerson. Solid single, Jerko. 2 on, 2 out to Rene Rivera.
Hey, good battle here by Jed Jerko. He missed a couple of pitches, but the breaking ball speeds up his bat even more. Stays back just enough to keep it fair. That's one of those pitches where guys will get a little bit of froggy and pull it down the left field line foul, but he stayed on that, let it travel just a skosh. And they keep it going with 2 outs.
Rene Rivera with 2 outs in the first inning, doubled to right center to score the Padre run. Padres hit 300 in the Giants series with runners in scoring position, 9 for 30. 4 for 9 yesterday in their 8-2 win. Off speed for a strike. Boy, the pitching for the Padres, the starters Despagne, Cashner, and Kennedy against the Giants in almost 22 innings allowed 4 runs and just 11 hits. Giants went limping out of here to LA in the dirt, 0-2. Giants have an early 2-0 lead against the Dodgers in the third. It's Jake Peavy on the mound for San Francisco. Dan Herron for the Dodgers.
I'll tell you what, Jake Peavy's really picked a fine time for the Giants to start pitching well, huh? He's been throwing extremely well.
And they need that. 2 on, 2 out, 2 strikes on Rivera. Maven at second. Jerko at first. 2 out. A ball, 2 strikes on the Padre catcher. Again, Josh Harrison of the Pirates tied with Justin Morneau at 318 for the top batting average in the National League. Went 1 for 4 tonight for Pittsburgh. They beat Atlanta 1-0. Swing and a miss, ball in the dirt, and the put out recorded at first base. And Justin Morneau will be the leadoff hitter when we come back in the top of the 4th. The Padres in front, 1-0.
On top 1-0 here in the top of the 4th. Have you ever wanted to own a game-worn jersey? I know they're kind of sweaty and gross, but I'm sure they washed it for you. Tomorrow's your chance for the off-the-back jersey raffle. You can get $1 a ticket for $1. You can buy them today, buy them tomorrow, and then tomorrow after the game, approximately 44 winners will win game-worn jerseys for the players or the coaches. That is tomorrow after the game against the Rockies tomorrow night, guys.
All right, shirts off their backs tomorrow night, so stay after the game. High fly ball, Morneau, left field. And Medica waiting for it to come down. That was way up there. So Morneau is lined to short, fly to left, as he and Josh Harrison in a heated battle for that batting crown.
I remember 1989. Came down to the last game of the season, Tony Gwynn and Will Clark. That was a battle. That was a really good battle. I mean, I was talking, you know, it was like, I could look it up, but it was like 318, 759 to 318, 462. You know? I mean, it got down to that, the percentage points.
Yeah. Working out to the 10,000ths.
Yeah.
2-hopper to Amarista, and Kadire is up. A couple of quick outs here in the 4th. Speaking of the current batting battle, Harrison 318, went 1 for 4 tonight. He's not hit that well against the Braves this year. And Morneau, 3 games against the Padres, has really enjoyed hitting against San Diego, 423, although 0 for 2 tonight. Harrison out of nowhere, huh?
Yeah. I remember Justin Morneau, that game in Colorado. First game 0 for 3, but then he turned it around, a 4 for 6, and then a 2 for 4.
Strike to Corey Dickerson, who singled sharply to right field his first time. A fan remembering the outstanding first baseman Todd Hilton. Retired, and his number retired by the Rockies this year. Dickerson, not enough at bats, but hitting .308. .428 at bats. He's close to qualifying. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with a fastball. Stoltz with 4 strikeouts. Middle of the 4th. Padres lead 1-0. Tweet your photo using hashtag SDFanPhoto for a chance to have it shown in an upcoming game telecast. Brought to you by AT&T. Padres bring up Grandal, Medica, and Liriano against Tyler Matzik. Looking at the American League Central race, still mighty tight. The Tigers in Kansas City with Cleveland almost out of it, but still at 4.5 in contention. Losing to Kansas City tonight 2-0, while Detroit shut out by the White Sox 2-0. Most interesting race, although it appears Detroit and Kansas City will make it. One is a wild card, just as the Giants and Dodgers figured to both make it. Little looper into the infield, and second baseman LeMahieu as Grandal shattered bad easy pop fly. Well, both teams going after that first pitch tonight. Medica flied to right his first at bat.
Well, Professor, hopefully next year at this time we're seeing a San Diego graphic in that wild card or in the division race.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Right?
Well, I mean, it's the game that every team that isn't going to make the playoffs has the right to play that game, but you just take 10 games and turn them around. 10. And the Padres are 84 and 81 and close to a wild card this year. Excuse me, 84 and 71 if you take 10 games and switch the loss to a win. And that's exactly the record the Giants have. Foul back.
What's that old adage in baseball? The good teams are going to win 2/3 of the game. The bad teams are going to win 1/3 of their games. It's the other third that determines which way you're going to fall. And you know what? At the end of the season, when you look at the standings, it's pretty spot on.
Oh, it is. Everyone, the very best team's going to lose 1/3. The very worst team loses 1/3. The very worst team wins 1/3. The very best team wins 1/3. There's your other third. What do you do with it? And for the Padres and the Rockies, Hopper to the shortstop. Rutledge across to Morneau. And Matzik breezing along. 2 away to Reimer Liriano.
You know, I kind of look at that as far as my life is concerned. A third of my life I've been great. A third of my life, what a tired act. I'm still waiting on that middle third to really turn it around and make it a winning life.
There you go.
Right?
Your stockbroker feels the same way.
My first 25. I'm in my middle 25 now.
Yeah. Another first ball swing, and that ball headed toward the fans about 3 rows back. Now that's reasonable. If you wind up 2/3 on the good side, you've had a great life.
Yeah.
Just back to the point, Colorado and the Padres, in terms of next year in the formula to get into the playoffs, got to win on the road. If you can break even on the road and have the record the Padres have at home, they're in the playoffs. But the Padres are 20-55 on the road. No, that's the Colorado Rockies 20-55. Padres are 28-49. 21 games under 500 on the road. Gosh, if Bud Black's team could play 500 ball on the road next year. And that reflects in part the youth of this team. There's not the 2 or 3 solid veterans in the middle of the lineup that take a team on the road. And, hey, there are distractions. Come on. Yeah, we got to win this one tonight. Don't accept the fact that it's tougher to win on the road. As Liriano, a weak wave at strike 3. That's 4 strikeouts for Matzik. He retires the side in order. Breezing along tonight. 4 in the books. 1-0 the score. Three hits for the Rockies against Eric Stoltz. It'll be Michael McHenry, Rafael Inoa, and DJ LeMahieu in the top of the 5th inning for the visitors from Denver.
Hey, the kid's sporting an old PCL San Diego Padres uniform. That's going way back in the day.
Yeah.
I think that's one the Splendid Splinter wore, Dick. As a,
it looks like it, yes, indeed.
Ted Williams.
Had a little red in the cap. McHenry, collegian at Middle Tennessee State. Slow curveball in for a strike. Singled sharply to left field his first time, giving William Rosario the night off, and McHenry as a backup hitting .316, now .321 with his hit first time up. Pops it up. First baseman Grandal right at the bag. 1 away.
Each month, Fox Sports San Diego is honored to provide trips to Padres games on the Fox Sports San Diego Fan Express to members of our armed forces and their families directly from local military bases. It's a great event. This month's military base trip welcomes Helicopter Sea Combat Wing Pacific. For more information, visit foxsportssupports.com. What a great way to enjoy a big league ball game.
Yes. Inoa popped up to the third baseman his first time. That was that soft pop with a couple of men on that Solardi caught on a short hop, but was ruled a infield fly. That one is in. It's hooking and foul into the corner. Not by much. There's not much foul territory in that left field area, and the ball didn't go into the seats, so dangerously close to a home run. Landed. Well, here's a good look at it. Exactly where it landed.
Hit off that blue padding as that wall starts to go up near that right around here. That's where Luke Yoder's sanctuary is, through those doors.
That's where he hides out. That's his office.
That's where he keeps all the rakes and everything. It's top secret stuff.
Stoltz falls behind 3-1. He's not walked a man.
Well, Mark Sweeney joins us down by the Padre dugout. Welcome, Marco.
How you doing, Mark?
How's your night going?
Oh, outstanding. Just seeing a good pitcher's duel right here.
Yeah, Eric Stoltz working quickly.
Yeah, and I think that's a good thing for him, too. In between pitches, just quickening things up, making it very uncomfortable for the hitters. And also, you got to locate. Everyone can talk about that. That's the most important thing for Eric Stoltz.
Yeah, hasn't walked anybody.
3-2, and it's grounded into left field for a base hit. Yanoa has the fourth Rockies base hit, all singles. One out here in the fifth inning, and DJ LeMahieu the batter. LeMahieu struck out swinging his first time. There you see, against the Padres, 15 games, 396 he's hitting. And a shot to center field. Yanoa will hold at second base. LeMahieu right on cue. Another solid hit for him. 2 on with 1 out to the pitcher, Matzik.
Almost reminiscent, Dick, of the second inning there, but different spot in the order. 1 out, 2 singles. Now he needs the double play ball. Taking that ball the opposite way nicely.
Think about this roster of Colorado fans. They don't have Troy Tulowitzki and Carlos Gonzalez, and they're still by far and away the top hitting team in baseball. They've got an excess of hitters. I would think some chips for them to make a trade for a pitcher in the offseason. Nolan Arenado's not in the lineup tonight. Willian Rosario not in the lineup. Matzik grounded single past third his first time. Padres feel he's going to bunt. With Charlie Blackmon on deck.
A great ratio for Eric Stoltz. 53 pitches, 41 strikes.
Matzik, foul ball. It's a stunning statistic. At home this year, and they finished their year at Coors Field. They finished with exactly 500 runs scored. The Rockies scored 500. On the road this year, 235. Not even half as many. Go figure.
That's unbelievable, isn't it?
It is. Matzik up in the batter's box as he takes ball 1-1-1.
And you know what? And Mark Sweeney, you can weigh in on this because you've been to Coors Field many times. Check out some of the singles tonight. Maybe 2 or 3 of the singles that the Rockies have hit tonight. Because of the way the outfielders have to play there, they could potentially be doubles because there's so much real estate out there.
Mark, I agree with you. We always talk about how bad Coors Field is to play the outfield, but a lot of space out there adds to those doubles, those blue pits that really cause a lot of problems and up the ante with those, with RBIs and scoring runs. I mean, we talk about that from the Rockies standpoint. Most people that go in there and defend usually play a little bit deeper than they really should.
Yeah, so a single right here, potentially, Maven's going to cut it off, right? At Coors Field, he might be playing back here, right there. Guess what? That's a double at Coors Field. Right?
If it's to right center field, it's probably a home run the way it carries.
Yeah.
But you could take that same concept and twist it to pitching at Petco. And the Padres here at Petco Park have the best pitching ERA, the best batting average against, but when they go on the road, everything goes up dramatically. I mean, they don't have those same awesome numbers. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Matzik off the fist, and that'll serve as a sacrifice. 2-3 on the putout. Runners move up. And that'll bring up Blackman with runners at second and third and 2 out. Blackman is flied out and grounded into a double play. Blackman, as a leadoff hitter, 18 home runs, and he's knocked in 61 runs. That's a power leadoff hitter.
Yeah, not characteristic like back in the old days, huh? You got the slap hitters, guys with speed, drawing walks.
Good stop by Rene Rivera. Tying run at third. Go ahead score for the Rockies. 2 outs at second. Carried by Ynoa. LeMahieu at third. Good hitter with men in scoring position. 53 runs batted in this year. .312 average. Nub foul. Yeah, you would think the Rockies in the offseason with an excess of outfielders make a trade. Would somebody be willing to take the big contract of Carlos Gonzalez? When he's healthy, as good as any outfielder. 1 ball, 1 strike. Another ball in the dirt. Good stop by Rivera. First base open. Josh Rutledge, right-handed batter on deck. Rutledge has grounded out and struck out tonight. Another ball in the dirt. 3 and 1 the count. All 3 bouncers.
Yeah, Blackman's not getting much to hit, and he kind of smells that as well. He's not even offering at those last 2 pitches that were low and in the dirt. Mark Sweeney, what do you think?
Yeah, not even close. And from down here, and Eric Stultz has slowed his pace down a lot in this inning.
Is this a pitch around?
I think you'd feel more comfortable facing Josh Rutledge with the way that Charlie Blackman's been swinging the bat, even though it's lefty on righty. That's paint right there.
91 on the fastball. Full count.
Now he's got him thinking. Is he going to pull the string with first base open? Is he going to try to dot a fastball away again?
In the dirt. Bases are loaded. First walk of the night from Eric Stultz. Josh Rutledge steps up. 1-0 Padres. And Stultz and his pitching coach Darren Balsley going to talk over how they want to work to Rutledge.
And the workload, 20 pitches up to this point with 2 outs for Eric. And with that workload, it's the perfect time for Darren Balsley to go out and have a little chat. Just to refresh himself about the scouting report, give his left-hander a little bit of a blow.
Rutledge with runners in scoring position, .324 average this year. And that's with 2 out. So he's been money. Slow curveball in there. Boy, it takes guts to throw that pitch.
Yeah.
Yano at third, LeMahieu at second, Blackman at first. Pretty good change up there.
I say that looked like a pretty good pitch.
Yeah. It was well in the strike zone. Should be 0-2. Two balls and a strike. And this will be the action pitch with the bases loaded, 2 out. Stoltz trying to call on the right stuff here.
You almost have to think he's going to try to dot a fastball down and away here. There it is.
2-2.
That is a perfect pitch. That number 4 pitch right on the line of the Fox tracks split that ball right in half.
Go right back out there? No, they're going to go inside. And he fouls it back.
It was a good pitch, though. Split the outside corner on the last pitch, and then that pitch there split the inside corner.
Yeah, Dick and Mark looked like Rutledge right there was looking for that off-speed pitch with 2 strikes and got that fastball in.
Walt Weiss, his team playing great ball here in September. 6 wins in a row, their longest winning streak of the entire year. Bud Black's team has won 6 out of 7. 4 in a row. And now the bases are loaded and pressure on the shoulders of the veteran Stoltz. No place to put Rutledge.
Spiked the fastball on that last pitch.
Bases loaded and 3-2. Foul back. Runners will take off with a pitch. And another foul. Late on both of those swings, but stays alive. 9th pitch of the at-bat coming up.
You know, if I'm Mark Sweeney, good discussion here. Pitcher, hitter. You know, if I'm a pitcher, I'm sticking to my strength, trying to go fastball away. What are you thinking?
Yeah, and the same thing from the hitter. The perspective of him, he's seen a lot of pitches out of the hand of Stoltz.
Struck him out. What a fastball. Big time. Leaves the bases stranded with Rockies as he strikes out Rutledge for his 5th punch out of the game. Woo! 1-0 Padres. game. National League, the fewest strikeouts by a pitching staff. The Rockies don't get a lot of Ks in the book. Goodness, 120 less strikeouts than Miami. Giants, you wouldn't figure that they'd be on the low end, but are.
That's a lot of balls put in play at a ballpark like Coors Field, hence the high ERA. Highest in Major League Baseball, 4.84.
Padres with 1,229 strikeouts as a staff. Amarista, 0-2 on him as he leads off the bottom of the 5th inning. Padres 1, Rockies nothing. Stoltz and then Solarte. Amarista, good homestand, hitting .307, a couple of home runs, 7 runs batted in. Throw in several defensive gems. The little ninja, as the Phillies called him, has been the super ninja. Strikes out on that occasion, and that's 5 for Matzik. Eric Stoltz struck out his first at bat. He's been on a good run, 4-1 with a 1.56 ERA, and included in those 5 starts is the shutout early September against the Padres.
Yeah, and talking to some announcers for the Rockies about Matzik, nothing seems to faze this kid. The venue of Coors Field, that was evident against the Padres when he threw the 9-inning complete game shutout.
You know, he doesn't hesitate as much as Kershaw, but there's a little in the motion of Matzik that reminds you of Kershaw. Kind of a little pause in the middle of the windup before he unleashes. A ball and a strike. Right there. 2-1.
He's kind of a short armor as well. When he comes out of that glove, it's not like down towards the ground. It kind of straight out towards the center fielder. Nothing wrong with that. See how he comes straight out?
Over but low, 3-1.
Watch how the arm's going to come straight out that way. You know, usually, traditionally, pitchers are taught to bring the ball down towards the ground a little bit. Not that, you know, one way is right, one way is incorrect. Sometimes our pitchers are taught to bring the ball down that way and then go back up, they get up top. But Tyler Matzik, he's doing just fine with those mechanics.
Line drive left field, but it's carrying, and Dickerson able to get back and make the catch. Well hit by Stoltz for the second out.
Here's that shutout we were talking about against the Padres.
I mean, that's rare stuff to shut out anybody at Coors Field.
And only 1 walk. Struck out 6. Good breaking ball down in the zone.
That was a dandy curve there. Fields is positioned casually as well. Gets a bath on top of it all. Solarte grounded to short, single to right. Padres have 3 hits. Solarte a single, Jerko a single, and the RBI double by Rivera. That was back in the first inning and the only run in the game. Jerko had walked with 2 outs, and Rivera brought him home with a long double to right center. One and 2. I would guess there are a few friends and family of Tyler Matzik here tonight. Come down from Mission Viejo. Pretty good pitch, 94.
Got some good angle on that pitch too. You know, after seeing those breaking balls, Mark Sweeney, a fastball 94, and then he flips with that breaking ball. That's tough to lay off, I'll bet.
Yeah, it's that fastball on the arm side and that slide underneath the hands.
Wow.
Foul tip. Strike 3. Couple of strikeouts. Another 1-2-3 inning for Matzik. We've completed 5 at Petco. Arco and features Justin Morneau, bid for a batting title against the Padres this year, hitting .423 with 3 home runs, 8 runs driven in. He leads off here in the top of the 6th inning with Michael Kadire and Corey Dickerson to follow. So the 3 big bats in the middle of the lineup to face Eric Stoltz in the 6th inning.
Yeah, this is a big inning. 3rd time around now for those 3 hitters, Morneau, Kadire, and Dickerson. Remember the first time out, Morneau hit the ball solidly to shortstop and then flew out to left in the 4th. So Eric Stoltz got his work cut out for him.
The 5 hits for the Rockies tonight from the bottom 5 in the order. So far, so good for Stoltz, facing Blackmon, Rutledge, Morneau, and Kadire at the top of the order.
Yeah, those 5 hits, all singles tonight for Eric Stoltz. So he's thrown the ball extremely well tonight.
In for a strike. On top of all of his impressive statistics, Morneau hitting .313 at night, the 5th best average in the National League. Fouls that out of play. Yeah, tomorrow night, Robbie Erlin against Jorge De La Rosa, 6:30 our TV time on Fox Sports San Diego. Shirts off their backs after the game. There's a base hit into left center field, not hit hard, but he's able to shovel it over the head of Amarista. Leadoff hit. And Morneau 1 for 3.
And 0-2, Eric Stoltz. That pitch, I don't know whether it was by design, but it's up in the zone. No, he wanted it down and away. It's up and in.
Out of the strike zone.
Yeah, trying to protect and dumps it into shallow center field.
That's a good hitter. Kadire took a 3rd strike and grounded to short. Center field, Maben. Easy play. 1 away. Morneau back to first. Corey Dickerson steps up. Dickerson a single and a strikeout. Dickerson with his 24 homers, that's number 9 in the National League. Stanton, Giancarlo, even though his season is over, still leads the senior circuit in home runs. Over but low.
You know, you just mentioned something that's worth baseball talk. Senior circuit, junior circuit. Because the National League was the first league, right?
Right.
And then the American League came around?
It's expanded baseball,
Hence
brought in more cities. And
junior circuit.
Yeah.
Nice. It's a nice little baseball nugget.
2-0. Morneau the tying run at first with 1 out. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Padres hanging on to a 1-0 lead behind Eric Stoltz. Padres here at Petco. Their pitchers collectively a 2.58 ERA, batting average .218, best in all of baseball. Two balls, no strikes. Dickerson. Change up.
Mark Sweeney, how does that, as we take a look at the NL leaders, Corey Dickerson, most RBI since August 1st with 35. He's making some noise along with Adrian Gonzalez and Matt Kemp. I just want to get a view from your vantage point. That changeup from Eric Stoltz, that's a good one.
Yeah, it is a good one. You can see the speed. It almost looks like a slider from this side because of that depth of his movement.
Foul back, he jammed him. We saw R.J. Alvarez, the hard-throwing young right-hander, getting ready in the bullpen. On deck is Michael McHenry. Pitch count at 80. Three and two. Some of the umpires behind home plate thought that might be a strike, but our Fox track said it was off the plate. There it is, number 5. See if Morneau's going here with 1 out and 3-2 to Dickerson. Nope, he stays. Ground ball to first. Grandal to second for 1. Back to first, not in time. And Grandal doing a good job of gloving that tough one hopper that was headed for the grandstand and a possible 2-base situation.
Let's see what happens at first base, because Yasmani kind of talked to the first base umpire Gibson.
That's a good play right there to capture that throw.
You have to get back to the bag quickly. Oh yeah, he was safe.
So Dickerson at first base. McHenry singled and popped to first. Ball 1. McHenry with Colorado originally came up to the big leagues in 2010 with the Rockies and then signed with the Pittsburgh Pirates, played there the last 3 years. Now back in Colorado. Two and 0. Center field hit well, but Maben is there. Line out off the bat of McHenry. There go the Rockies in the 6th. The Padres will bring up Maben, Jerko, and Rivera leading 1-0 as we come back to the bottom of the 6th inning. Saquon, real friendly, real close. By Jack in the Box, try Jack's Spicy Chicken Club Combo, just $4.99 plus tax. And by the Aramco Group, purchase, refinance, reverse. Visit us at aramco.biz. Bottom of the 6th, Cameron Maben will start things for the Padres, a 1-0 lead against Tyler Matzek. Squares and pulls back. That brought Enoa from third base on the charge. Maben, sharp ground out to short, safe on the fielder's choice. 1-1. Yeah, in case you joined us late, you missed the 1-run scored. It was in the first inning after the Padres. Solarte and Maben had grounded out. Jerko walked, a rare walk from Matzik. In fact, the only one he's allowed. And Rivera, with 2 outs, doubled him home. He bunts right back to the mound, and it's an easy play for Matzik. Yeah, Maben was certainly stubborn about what he wanted to do there. Showed his hand initially and still tried to bunt again. So 1 out to Jed Jerko. Walked, scored, and then he singled the last time up. Padres only 3 hits off Matzik. 1.
Well, it seems like the Padres are going to have to try to string together some hits. We saw what Matzik did in Colorado, but also tonight. And he's stingy as far as the home run ball. Only 9 home runs given up. This being his 19th start. Pretty good.
Yes, it is.
Especially for pitching in Colorado.
Looks like he's got a body that can last too. That he's got endurance written all over him. 2-0. 3-0. So he walked Jerko, his only free pass, and fell behind the last time up, and Jerko singled. Now 3-0 with Rivera waiting his turn. Fastball at 92.
Dick, you mentioned the frame of Matzik, the 6'3", 210. That's good. You see the workload right there from Matzik by inning. Heavy workload there in that 3rd inning with 20 pitches.
Ball 4 in the dirt, so Jerko has walked for the 2nd time.
Tomorrow, catch an all-new episode of SD Live featuring San Diego Padres relief pitcher Joaquin Benoit and catcher Rene Rivera. Plus, we take you surfing. Yeah, that's right, surfing at the Hurley Pro at Lower Trussels. This and much, much more coming up tomorrow after Padres Live on Fox Sports San Diego. And Mark Sweeney, you know, does a great job on that show.
Mike Pomerantz does a great job on that show.
Who's the host?
Mike
Pomerantz.
Oh, yeah,
yes.
he does a good job.
Really good job.
And there's Joaquin. Saw him yesterday, twirl an inning. Looked good.
Yeah, he did. Stuff had a lot of movement. So Rivera with a 1-out walk to Jerko. And he grounds it by the dive of Inoa and into left field. The second hit for Rivera. 1st and 2nd now with 1 out here in the 6th inning.
Well, Mark Sweeney, might we see some of the Padre hitters swing early at a fastball to avoid that breaking ball?
Exactly right. And if you look at that, it's the fastball that's a mistake that leaks over middle in. Exactly where that slider is. But nice job using the lower half by Rene Rivera.
Jerko holds at 2nd on the single by Rivera, the only player in the game with more than 1 hit, a single and a double, and slow walk to the mound.
Boy, this game, when you look up to this point, it's been station-to-station baseball for both teams, with the exception of that 1 run in the 1st inning, the double by Rivera scoring Jerko.
Pitching coach Jim Wright.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the San Diego Padres that may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and description of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
Yeah, well done, partner. Padres with a chance here to build on their 1-0 lead. Yasmani Grandal, and if he keeps it going, Tommy Medica. Grandal has struck out and sent a soft liner to second base. Hasn't had many chances to swing from the right side. Much better numbers from the left side, his natural side. He's a left-hander. Throws and can bat right-handed, but everything else, including autograph signing, left-handed. 1-0.
Tommy Kahnle, right-hander, warming up for the Rocks.
Second and first for the Padres. 1 out. In the dirt. 2-0. Grandal from the right side. 11 hits in 69 at bats. 159 is average. No home runs. Left side, he's hitting .233 with 13 home runs. He's got the power right-handed. 2-0.
He got that fastball middle in.
It's nice to be able to hit from both sides of the plate, but the numbers are pretty convincing. He's a better hitter lefty, and I'm sure through his career he's considered hitting only left-handed. There's such value in being a switch hitter. 2-1. 3-1. And that's for him scuffling a bit here in this inning.
Now remember, he's thrown that breaking ball as Tommy Medica waits on deck. He's thrown that breaking ball anytime. He's thrown it 2-0. He's thrown it 3-1. Now with the runner in scoring position, let's see if he tries to spot the old number 1. Off speed.
Ball 4 and the bases are loaded. Couple of walks from Matzik here in the 6th. A little out of character for him. He's been so sharp with his control. So that pushes Jerko over to third. Rivera to second. Grandal completes the bases loaded situation for Tommy Medica. 1 out. See how the infield plays it. They're going to be in at the corners. They'll come to the plate on the ground ball, and shortstop and second base will play back. They'll try to turn 2 up the middle.
Let's see if Tommy Medica lays into a first pitch or second pitch fastball, Mark Sweeney. What do you think?
Yeah, and this is a time to be aggressive, especially most pitchers want to try to get ahead with you, but you just got to make sure you stay in the middle of the field, not try to get pull happy.
Medica's flying to right, grounded to short. Chance for San Diego with a 1-0 lead to add on here in the 6th. Comes out swinging, and 88 miles an hour on the fastball, but Medica couldn't find it. Padre over every pillow. Strike 2. Boy, right down the middle. Challenged Medica.
Second pitch at 93.
Couldn't spot it any better than that. Heart of the plate. Struck him out on 3 pitches. That was quick. 2 away.
Well, with the bases loaded, Tommy Medica up, Tyler Matzik really had to do some work right there. It looked like he pulled the string a little bit on the fastball, maybe a changeup, and then right down the middle, and then the fastball up and away again. He wanted to bury that one, but he still got away with an elevated fastball to Tommy.
Brings up Liriano, who's fouled out and struck out. We might see more of the same. Although he made Liriano swing at a off-speed pitch for strike 3 the last time up. Bases loaded, 2 outs now. 1 strike to Liriano.
Start him off with a changeup.
Check swing, didn't go.
Breaking ball down and in.
Boy, you couldn't have a tick and you'd have a strike. Just a little twitch. 1-1. Right field, but that's going to curl into the crowd. Liriano in the hole. 1-2. Jerko with a walk with 1 out. Rivera with a single. Then Grandal walked to load the bases. Matzik reared back and struck out Medica on 3 pitches. Now 1 and 2 to Liriano. Strike 3 call. So the rookies, Medica and Liriano, go down on strikes, and the Padres leave the bases loaded. Sports game break, Dodger Stadium. Dan Herron, Gregor Blanco for the Giants, and Blanco goes deep to center field. Puig looks at it fly over the fence for a home run in the first inning. Giants score 1-0, take a 2-0 lead. But the Dodgers have rallied with runs in the middle innings, and it's now tied in LA, 2-2 in the 6th inning. Wild card race, Pittsburgh has won. Giants trying to stay with Pittsburgh. Those appear to be the 2 wild card teams. Milwaukee now 4.5 back. They did not play. Time running out on the Brewers.
And remember, the NLDS and NLCS on Fox Sports 1. You won't want to miss that. There'll be some great races and some great games postseason.
Yeah, the Padres with a chance to give Stoltz another run or 2 to work with, but wouldn't happen as Matzik, the right stuff with the bases loaded. And now we go to the 7th inning. Enoa, LeMahieu, and the pitcher's spot. Enoa popped to third and singled to left. Went around. 0-2. Outside with a fastball. To third, Solarte across in time. 1 away.
Time now for the Cholula flamethrower. And the meter goes up. 91 for Eric Stoltz on the flamethrower. And Dick, what's that?
Kind of hot sauce.
Do you know where you can find some fish tacos here?
No, they don't have anything.
They don't? You sure?
Yeah,
I thought I saw a sign here. Oh, there they are.
Well, how would you see that?
I love fish tacos.
LeMahieu fouls it away. Struck out and single to center. Continuing his hot hitting against Padre pitching is Frank Garces, the left-hander, and Nick Vincent, the right-hander, getting ready in the Padre pen.
Hey, did you see down there? Luke Yoder's got the Peppers down there in the bullpen.
Yeah.
There's the Peppers, right? And there's a gnome protecting. But did you see what else is to the left there? The big pots?
Ground ball into left field. LeMahieu, he's got another hit against Padre pitching. Hitting over 400 on the season against San Diego. What were you looking at out there?
What's that, Professor?
Well, that looks like
corn, right?
Corn stalk for Halloween.
You know who planted that? I was down in the bullpen the other day, and Darren Ballsy, the pitching coach, said Eric Stoltz planted those corn stalks so he'd make him feel at home when he's pitching. That's back in Indiana. So he planted corn stalks out there.
140-acre farm there in northern Indiana. Here comes Bud Black. And for Stoltz, oh shucks. He's going to take me out.
That's a good one, Professor.
Sorry. Good job by Eric Stoltz. 6 1/3. Another quality start for him. And once again, so little support. 1 run is all the Padres have given him. Well, that's a familiar refrain. Is relieving Eric Stoltz. Our pitching change brought to you by Drew Ford.
Well, Nick told the slab yesterday 2/3 in that last game against the Giants. No strikeouts, zeros all the way across. Scoreless ball for Nick Vincent. 48 of his 59 games.
And he will be facing not Tyler Matzik, but a pinch hitter, Drew Stubbs. Well, here are the 2 starters. Matzik out of the game now. 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 3 walks and 8 strikeouts. Eric Stoltz 6 1/3, 7 hits, no runs, 1 walk and 5 strikeouts. And once again, for the 17th time, the Padres have given Stoltz no runs or 1 run.
He threw really well tonight. I mean, he threw quality strikes. Off-speed pitches were working. Hit with his fastball, those corners when he needed to. And got himself out of that big jam also. That was in the 5th inning.
Bases loaded. Stubbs. Dangerous power. .291 hitter with 14 home runs. And here again, the excess of outfielders that are all hitting with power. Rockies are loaded. LeMahieu, the tying run at first. Strike, 1-1. Top of the order, and Charlie Blackmon next. .93 pitch evening for Stoltz, and well done. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Stubbs has been outstanding off the bench, 9 for 20 as a pinch hitter. Including 1 home run. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Nick Vincent has his first strikeout, 2 away here in the 7th.
The cutter, the slider, and he finishes them off with the slider, outer half elevated, and sometimes a hanging slider's a good one. Hey, get caught up on the latest sports and news updates with Steve Hartman and Mike Cashflow on Extra 1360 Fox Sports San Diego. Tonight after Padres Live, Fox Sports San Diego.
What's
I apologize.
Mike's last name again?
Mike Costa. Couple of good eggs right there, Hartman and Costa.
LeMahieu first 2 outs to Charlie Blackmon. He walked the last time. He slid out and bounced into a rare double play. Only the 3rd time all year that he's hit into a double play. Not this time, a single right back through the box. And LeMahieu turns second and goes right on to third. First and third. And that'll bring up Josh Rutledge. Rutledge up the last time with the bases loaded.
And he really battled. He went with the curveball. Notice the first couple of pitches soft. In fact, the first 3 pitches. And then he has to get nasty because he's behind in the count. He challenges him with fastballs. Rutledge cannot catch up to him. And then all of a sudden he strikes out the high fastball away. That was some battling right there for Eric Stoltz.
Josh Rutledge with a 7-game hitting streak. Striking out twice and grounding to short tonight. First and third, tying run 90 feet away for the Rockies. 2 outs here in the 7th as Nick Vincent trying to strand the inherited runner. Blackmon keeping the Rockies alive here in the 7th with that single. Off the head of the bat foul.
Dick, you know what? I was hoping that last base hit up the middle of the diamond from Blackmon. I was hoping it was going to hit second base umpire Jordan Baker. Because you know why?
You don't like Baker?
No, I love the guy. Because he was inside the base path on the infield, it would have been 1 base. It would have just been first and second. But because that ball went to the outfield and missed the umpire, runner goes all the way to third base, that being G.J. LeMahieu. So 90 feet away.
Yeah. You're thinking. I like that. 1-1 now to Rutledge with the danger man, Justin Morneau, on deck.
See, if the umpire's in here and it hits him, it's 1 base for the hitter and the runner. If the umpire's out here,
ball in play.
Ball in play. Yes, good call, Professor.
1-1. Fly ball right field, long run for Liriano, might have a chance. No, just over the railing into the first row. That fan brought a glove and made the catch.
Yeah, she's a Tommy Medica fan. She's wearing a Medica jersey.
Yeah, hubba.
Oh, that's great.
And she made the play. That wasn't on a bounce or anything else. She went up and got it. They all have their gloves there. 1-2 the count. Vincent looking for the big pitch, get out of the inning. First and third, 2 out.
How about a slider down and away right here?
That's where Rivera wants it. Fouled out of the glove of Rivera.
That one got too much plate.
And it was up a little bit too. And Stoltz rooting for Vincent to close out this 7th inning. Keep the Padres in front 1-0. 8 hits for the Rockies, all singles. Good idea to keep your eye on Blackmon. He has 28 steals to lead the team. And 2 the count. Right field, Liriano has to go back and makes the catch. Oh my, almost misread that. That line drive was sailing and Liriano able to dig back and glove it. First inning after Jerko walked, Rene Rivera hitting cleanup, found the gap in right center. And Jerko with 2 outs running all the way scored the only run of the game so far. All the rest pitching between Eric Stoltz and Tyler Matzik, both left-handers doing an outstanding job, and Stoltz able to get a strikeout with the bases loaded in the Colorado 5th inning. 6 1/3, no runs, 7 hits, all singles, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts for Eric Stoltz. Leaves with a chance to win his 8th game of the year. Tommy Kahnle has come in to pitch now for Colorado as Matzik, another good outing, 6 innings himself with only 1 run and 4 hits.
Well, now it's time for the Padres to try to add on. Now they've gotten to the bullpen for the Colorado Rockies. High ERA, like a lot of the relievers out of that Rocky pen. Having a pretty good year, though, as far as seems like the hits that he's been giving up are big hits. A little high on the walks at 31, but almost a strikeout per inning pitched for Tommy Kahnle.
Yeah, the problem is the home run ball. 7 homers in 67 innings. Amarista, then a pinch hitter for Vincent, and Solarte against Kahnle. Ball 1. Amarista grounded out and struck out facing the left-hander Matzik. Corey Spangenberg apparently will hit for Vincent. Looper to left, a long run, and that will be a catch for Blackman. 1 out. Well, that may dump into left center, but hit pretty well.
Hey fans, let's help the professor get into the Hall of Fame, and here's how you do it. It's the Ford Frick Award voting. It's your chance to help Dick get in the Hall of Fame. Go to facebook.com/baseballhall to vote for Mr. Enberg. Fans, you can vote once a day until September 30th, and the Ford C. Frick Award goes to Broadcasting Excellence, and it's great announcers that have been in there, and our own Dick Enberg should be in there as well. So get online and vote. Remember, until September 30th. That's facebook.com/baseballhall.
Spangenberg, glove by LeMahieu. The throw to first, not in time. Spangenberg with good wheels, able to beat it out. Despite a nice play by LeMahieu. Well, the pinch hitter Spangenberg aboard.
Oh, you saw that speed all the way up here. As soon as that ball was hit. LeMahieu, sure, he makes a good play, but Corey was scooting down that line. Watch him go. See him turn on that extra gear about halfway down.
And a good base stealer as well in the minor league, Spangenberg. So 1 out, base hit. 7th inning, and that'll bring up Jan Solarte. A single and 3 at-bats tonight. Strike 1. Grounded to short, single to right, and struck out the last time up. He goes inside, and it gets away from the catcher. An easy steal for Spangenberg. And a big jump. And that is his 2nd major league stolen base.
He got a good jump on the right-hander Kahnle and picked a great pitch to run on. We talked about the difficulties this year for the Rockies catchers throwing out base runners.
Well, look at him skid into second base. He was flying when he hit the bag.
Great pop-up slide.
Well, this wouldn't be a bad time with 1 out to even think about trying to pilfer third base if they don't give him full attention. Shortstop Rutledge is ducking in behind him. So Solarte and Maben then with the chance to add to the 1-0 lead here in the 7th. Two and 1. 1 run, 5 hits for the Padres. No runs, 8 hits. All singles for Colorado. Maben waiting his turn. The 2-1 pitch from Kahnle to Solarte. in the dirt. Got away, but not far enough for Spangenberg to try to sprint over to third. Checking the outfield alignment. Making sure he knows where they're positioned. In case of a line drive, whether to take off boldly or hold his ground.
Yeah, and third base coach Glenn Hoffman knows the strength of those arms. He knows the accuracy of those arms. He relays that to the hitters, meetings before games.
High and away, and it's a full count to Solarte.
Glenn even tells the runners and hitters not only the accuracy or the strength of the arms, but hey, if he charges the ball well, some guys are a little tentative, right? Some guys are aggressive at charging the baseball, and how well they do that.
There's no Carlos Gonzalez out there tonight.
Right.
And here's one of the great arms in the league. So a full count, Solarte. Fouled away. That's a big insurance run out there in a 1-0 game. Dale Thayer now getting loose with the lefty Frank Garces.
How about Frank Garces? He's been put in some situations, crunch time situations, lefty situational. He's done a fine job.
Yeah, his scorecard is looking pretty good here for the start of next year. He's proven he can pitch up here. Line drive to the third baseman. Inoa in the right spot. Solarte denied. Well, time now for the Fan Diego fan of the game. Blue Man Group here tonight. Don't eat popcorn with that stuff on, you know. So 2 outs. It's up to Cameron Maben to try to pick up Spangenberg. Maben up. 2 ground outs and tried to bunt his way on, thrown out by the pitcher the last time. On the outside corner.
Good off-speed pitch, a changeup from Tommy Kahnle. With movement and good location.
Davidson, the umpire, has been calling that pitch a strike all night. Oh, 0-2. 95 on the fastball. Five RBIs the last 5 games for Maben, after going through the first 5 months of the season with only 10 total. Spangenberg ready to go with 2 outs. Ground ball, foul, just missed the bag at third. Looking for a young fan. That baseball. Located in. Hey, it's a school night.
Hey, who should I give it to?
Take it to the neighborhood kid when you get home. Go back to work. 2 strikes on Maben. Outside. Slider.
Looks like the majority of the pitches, probably all the pitches to Cameron Maben, been out away.
Spangenberg there at second base with 2 out. Off the hands to Morneau, and he'll take it to the bag for the out. That's it for the 7th. We go on to the top of the 8th. The Padres 1, Colorado 0.
7 on Padres Live, the post-game show. It'll be brought to you by Cox Communications. Padres lead the Rockies 1-0 in the top of the 8th inning, and an Eric Stoltz job that was pretty well done. And now it turns over to the bullpen.
Yeah, we saw Nick Vincent come in, and then now locking it into the bullpen, relying on them again once more, and that's a recipe for success.
Hopefully a couple of insurance runs. That would certainly be nice. When we see you after the post, or after the final out, we'll have the post-game show for you. That's what I meant to say. You're going to hear from Buddy Black, all the principals involved in this game, and Fox Sports San Diego MLB insider Scott Miller is going to be with us. He's going to tell you who he selects as the Padres MVP this season. So we'll see you after the final out. Dick Enberg, Mark Grant.
Sounds like a good menu there on our post-game report. As the Padres bring in Frank Garces, the young left-hander, to face Justin Morneau, probably here to pitch to only one man. And then it's Michael Kadire, a right-handed hitter, and Dale Thayer is ready in the bullpen. So 12 appearances. A good job for Garces. Thrown into the fire here in September.
Absolutely. And you know what sticks out? The walks. Only one walk in 7 2/3 and strikeouts, and the splits also. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised, Dale Thayer, I know, Buddy likes to bring in Dale Thayer to face the righty. But since, Corey Dickerson, just for giggles, I'd like to see Garces maybe just pitch this whole inning and see what he could do to get out of this and keep it 0.
Morneau is 1 for 3. Josh Harrison of the Pirates went 1 for 4. So they're still in a virtual tie, 318 atop the batting list. 1-1. Morneau lined to short, fly to left, and dropped a single into left field. And here's young Garces in September facing a man trying to win a batting title. Popped up out of play. Boy, that was a good pitch. Right down the middle.
And here's what Frank Garces should realize. That second pitch of the at-bat was off the plate, a called strike. He has got to go back out there with the way the outfield is shifting. If he puts it in the air.
Line to left field, carrying. Oh, no! Over the head of Medica. He misplayed it. Charged in, and Morneau has a gift double. That ball was crushed, but should have been caught. Medica charged in, and then it was too late to go back and make the play. Ouch. So the tying run with no one out. And for Morneau, that's a nice base hit for him. That'll push him ahead of Harrison, ahead of the batting list. Look, he got frozen.
He came in 3 steps.
Had he not moved,
Ouch.
The ball would have been right to him.
Yep.
So Morneau. So Garces got him to line, but it went over the head of Medica. Photo, hashtag SD Fan Photo, and a chance to be shown in an upcoming telecast brought to you by AT&T. And they may have just seen that last line drive go over the head of Medica. Thayer to Kadire, ball one.
No, now it's time for Dale Thayer to get nasty. See the numbers? Very respectable, very good numbers. Lefty's 216, righty's 211. Got some work to do here.
Tying run there at second base. That ball popping out of the glove of Rivera.
Hey, Dale's got out of
Barnes running for Morneau.
Dale Thayer's gotten out of these jams before.
So that gets the hitter Morneau out of the game. By going 2 for 4, he's raised his average to 319.75. You got to round that off to 320. So he has the lead on Josh Harrison, who finishes at 318 for Pittsburgh. 2-1. One nothing Padres. No one out here in the 8th. Tying run out at second base. Pinch runner Barnes. Kadire 0 for 3. Strikeout, ground out, fly out. Swing and a miss. High fastball. Corey Dickerson, left-handed hitter, on deck. Just got a piece of that high fastball. Went up the ladder.
Well, you think he likes the high fastball? Well, Frank Garces made a good pitch, just didn't work out his way. Now Dale Thayer trying to leave Garces' run out there.
Just joining us, the Padres got the run way back in the first inning off starter Tyler Matzik. A 2-out walk to Jerko, and Rene Rivera's double to right center brought Jerko home. Both teams have had bases loaded situation. The Padres had the bases loaded 1 out in the 6th, but Matzik struck out Medica and Liriano. Eric Stoltz struck out Josh Rutledge with the bases loaded in the Colorado 5th inning. Still 2-2 to Kadire. Chop. Foul. Rockies trying to win 7 in a row. Their longest winning streak of the season. Coming here at the end of September. The Padres trying to make it 7 out of 8. They've won 4 in a row.
Look at those pitches, Dick. Kadire offering at those pitches, and then Dale Thayer dots that last one that he beat into the ground. Does he go up the ladder? Does he go down and away here?
Pop up on the infield, and Jerko circling toward first to make the catch. 1 away. Corey Dickerson singled, struck out, safe on a fielder's choice. Arizona, after being swept at Colorado 4 games, bounces back with a win at Minnesota tonight, 6-2.
No reason for the Diamondbacks to be playing the Twins in the month of September. Back to you, Professor.
Yeah, I know you want to stop that interleague stuff this late. Swinging a foul off Rivera. Runner in scoring position. Less than 2 outs. Dickerson is hitting only .411. Only 25 years of age. Another good one for the Rockies. An 8th round selection. just 4 years ago, and here he is as a big-time major league hitter. 24 homers, 75 runs batted in. Good cut there. 0-2. Michael McHenry is on deck. One out, tying run at second. Pinch runner Barnes. McHenry has a hit. Pops him up. Shallow in left center. Amarista waving off the outfielders to make the second out. Couple of pop fly outs as Thayer now needs to get McHenry to preserve the 1-0 lead.
Two great pitches by Dale Thayer. The first one to Kadire, got in his kitchen, broke his bat. Infield pop-up. There to Dickerson, he got in his kitchen. Popped up to short. 2/3 of the way there, Dale Thayer.
McHenry, the backup catcher to Willeen Rosario, who just destroys Padre pitching, but given the night off. But McHenry's a .316 hitter, and he's 1 for 3 tonight. Swing and a miss. And with 2 outs and runners in scoring position, he's hitting .342. Just one after another. Eye-popping numbers, these Rockies, offensively. 1 strike to count. And they are ahead, 2 strikes.
Hey, RJ, Randy Jones, and Mike Long up there.
Yeah, he played it off the wall, though. Come on, Randy.
Good play, left-hander.
He and the coach are up there to the post-game on the radio side. 0-2 the count. Woo! Up and away. 92. Rafael Inoa, the third baseman, is on deck. One ball, 2 strikes. Pops him up. Shallow right center. Maben squeezes the final out. Some nice pitching by Dale Thayer, getting Kadire, Dickerson, and McHenry to pop up or fly out.
The riding in fastball. Pop up to Jed Jerko to the righty. Getting in the kitchen of Michael Kadire, and then Corey Dickerson doing the same. Going up the ladder to Michael McHenry, and what do you know? He inherits a runner in scoring position at Dale Thayer. 1, 2, 3. Nice job.
That preserves the 1-0 lead after Garces came in and Morneau hit the line drive, misplay by Medica for a double. Here's Brooks Brown to pitch the bottom of the 8th inning for the Rockies.
We saw a little bit of Brooks Brown earlier in Colorado when the Padres were up there. He's got a pretty darn good arm. Decent splits, lefties and righties.
Kadire moves in to play first base with Morneau out of the game, and Barnes stays in the game in right field. The Padres will have Churko, Rivera, and Grandal to hit against Brown. '27th appearance, and Kevin Quackenbush, not Joaquin Benoit, apparently will pitch the 9th inning, trying to save it.
Yeah, with Benoit being on the shelf for so long and pitching yesterday, it only seems reasonable that he wouldn't pitch back-to-back days.
Churko been on base all 3 times, a walk, a single, and a walk. Strike 1. Padres only 5 hits. They had the one big blow, the RBI double by Rivera back in the 1st inning. 1-1. 94 on that fastball. In the 9th inning, the Rockies have the lower third scheduled. Manoah, LeMahieu, and the pitcher's spot. Breaking ball, 1-2. 0-2 rather. Yeah, it's 1-2. Scoreboard has 1 and 2. There we go. Two and 2. His walk in the 1st inning was big off Tyler Matzik, able to come around on the 2-out double by Rivera. Singled in the 3rd. Walked again in the 6th, got around to 3rd. Bases loaded, 1 out, but the Padres couldn't add on. Fly ball to right. Routine. Barnes getting a chance immediately. 1 away as we go down to Chris Button. Chris.
Well, Dick, it sounds like the commissioner has heard your cries.
Yay.
Bud Selig announced today that he's appointed a committee to examine the pace of the game. They're going to look at ways to improve the overall pace of play beginning next season. And I can only assume that when he was here, you guys did your little interview and you put a bug in his ear and he heard you.
I put a 12-second clock in his ear.
You got some clout, Dick.
Well, maybe not. But it's nice at least that move's been made. Committees tend to just spend a lot of time and fade away, but hopefully something positive will emerge out of that work in the offseason. They've got to do something.
I hope so too, Professor.
Rivera has 2 hits tonight, a double to drive in a run and a single. A lot of it has to do with getting the umpires in the room and saying, listen, you've got control of the game. That's part of your job to improve the pace of the game, not just let, like the guy Machi yesterday, spend 35-40 seconds between pitches. 0-2. Thanks, Chris. That's a good report. Career highs for Rivera's a big leaguer with 10 homers and 41 runs batted in. 41st tonight.
Well, up in Los Angeles, they're going to the top of the 9th, and it's still knotted up at 2. Giants, Dodgers. We got a good one going on up there.
We have a good one tomorrow. Bumgarner going against Greinke tomorrow night. Ball got away. Rivera hustling up the line. The throw in time. Strikeout 2-3 on the putout. 2 away to Yasmani Grandal, as we remind you, tomorrow night 6:30 here on Fox Sports San Diego. Robbie Erlin, he's 4-4 on the year off a fine performance his last time out against Philadelphia against Jorge De La Rosa. De La Rosa is 14-11, the top winner for the Colorado Rockies this year. Shirts off their bats right after the game. Grandal has struck out. Soft pop fly liner to second and walked the last time. Batting left-handed for the first time tonight. Strike one, 94. Same spot. Gonna go inside again. And high. The Padres, one win away from tying their best ever season record here at Petco Park. 2007, that San Diego team won 47 games. The Padres have 46 wins coming into tonight's play. Off speed outside, 2-2. Inside at a 95-mile-an-hour pace. A full count to Grandal.
Oh, Brown very erratic. Way out and away, way down and in.
Tommy Medica would be next. Got him off speed. Couple of strikeouts for Brown in a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the top of the ninth. Kevin Quackenbush will try to save it for the Padres. Brought to you by Petco, the power of together, and by your San Diego Lexus dealer. And we welcome you back to the heart of our fine city, Petco Park. Top of the ninth inning, a 1-0 game. Padres trying to win one for Eric Stultz, and Kevin Quackenbush enters the game, trying to save it for the Padres.
Well, there are saves, and then there are tough saves. Rules state 3-run lead. Come in, you finish off the game, you get a save. Well, Kevin Quackenbush has a 1-run lead here. Over his last 18 games, he's converted each of his 5 save opportunities. ERA during that time, 2.4. Nice splits right there.
Will Venable comes in the game for Tommy Medica defensively in left field. Inoa, a single, popped to third and grounded to third. Then LeMahieu, and a pinch hitter for the pitcher. Strike one. Switch hitter Inoa. One and one. He's had more at bats left-handed than right since coming up. Hitting .438 as a left-handed hitter. 14 hits and just 32 at bats.
Look at that, 1-run games this season. Best winning percentage. Major League Baseball. 620 for the Padres.
Trying to win another. Foul back. Quackenbush in turn, should he pick up the save tonight, would be his 6th, and that would lead all National League rookies. Oh, it's been a battle every at bat.
Well, first it was Houston Street, then it was Joaquin Benoit.
Check swing, foul back, 1-2.
Benoit on the shelf with the cranky shoulder. He worked his way back and did a fine job yesterday. Good velocity yesterday for Joaquin. 1 inning, couple of strikeouts. And then Kevin Quackenbush stepped up.
Fly ball to left. Venable placed just right for the out. There's your defensive replacement. And the Padres get a nod on a ball sliced to left. That could have been pretty tricky. 1 out to DJ LeMahieu. And he's not going to hit. Looks like they're going to be a pinch hitter for LeMahieu.
Pitched perfectly, played perfectly. Big first out.
Ben Paulson, left-handed hitter with power, is going to bat for LeMahieu. LeMahieu 2 for 3 and hitting well over 400 against the Padres. But Walt Weiss playing the obvious percentages, bringing up a left-handed bat against the right-handed pitcher. Had a big home run season, did Paulson in the minors. He was brought up before September. 1 strike. Well, we knew we were going to see Rosario before the night was over. Willeen Rosario is in the on-deck circle. 1-1. Paulson hitting .327. Foul tipped. 1-2.
You kind of see the way Quackenbush is going after these Rockies hitters. Pitch them away, play them away.
4 for 13 as a pinch hitter. Paulson with a home run.
Covering that gap in right center.
Doubles defense. Up high, 2-2. Quackenbush has shown us this year a nasty overhand curveball. Got him swinging. 92 on the fastball. 2 away. And here's the ever dangerous Willeen Rosario.
Oh, the importance of spotting the fastball down and away, and Quackenbush goes right there at 92. Swing and a miss. Rosario, as hot as any hitter could ever be this past week.
14 hits and 20 at-bats for the week to hit 700. Goes around, no. 0-1. But Black doesn't agree with that at all as he barks at first base umpire Trip Gibson, who says no way that he went around. Low, 2-0. Blackman on deck.
Oh my goodness gracious, should be 0-2. That second pitch was a strike as well.
So suddenly Bob Davidson tightening up. Yeah. He's been calling that a strike. And now it's 3-0. So you don't get even one of those calls. It changes the whole character of this at bat as Blackman a walk and a single tonight, 1 for 3. Man, it's hit 18 home runs on deck. That's a strike. "37 games against the Padres, 34 runs batted in, 9 homers in 37 games. 3-1. Oh, he went for it on that swing. Full count, down to a final strike. 19,770 at Petco tonight for the opener of this 3-game series. Dandy pitcher's battle. Ground ball up the middle, right off the second base bag into center field, and Rosario, boy, he can hit. So the tying run on, 2 outs. And to the leadoff man, Charlie Blackmon. We're going to have a pinch runner for Rosario.
Well, this is one of the things we talk about quite a bit, how a pitcher can only control where he throws the baseball. Rosario gets on top of that one and right up the gut. Grounder right off the bag, as Dick mentioned.
Charlie Culberson, the pinch runner, carrying the tying run as Rosario receiving the acclaim of his teammates for keeping this one going. Blackman, dangerous out. In on the hand, strike 1. Doubles depth for the Padres. Venable almost on the warning track and left. Same for Liriano and right. Boy, that was in the strike zone. Caught the bottom edge. And suddenly Davidson, who's been generous umpire all night long, has been tough here in the 9th inning. Looking in at Bud Black, who's saying, come on now. That's what drives managers really crazy. Yeah, the inconsistency. Yeah. If you're going to call it a strike in the 1st inning, it's a strike in the 9th inning. Oh, a ball and a strike to Blackman. Culberson with 2 outs, carrying the tying run at first base for the Rockies. Hit well to left field, but Venable has room, and the ball game is over. The Padres win. 5 in a row now for San Diego. The final, San Diego 1, the Rockies 0. Padres Live, the post-game show coming up with Mike Pomerantz.
Dick, thank you very much. When we see you in a moment, Fox Sports San Diego.